350 cents. We now go to Nompumelelo, who is at the JSE with Nedbank's CFO.
Thanks very much, Nzinga. Indeed, I am joined by Nedbank CFO. Her name is Raisibe Murati, and she's going to give us a breakdown on what's happened with Nedbank's annual results for 2016. Thank you very much for joining us, Raisibe.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Now, you've reported that you had to make write-downs to the tune of $293 million on your EcoBank interest. In layman's terms, just explain what that means and what the problems are at EcoBank.
Okay, so let me start first with correcting the point about the earnings. So our earnings are 5.9% up, combined managed operations as well as ETI. And the managed operations, which is every business that we basically control and manage, grew at 16%. So to your question around ETI, so we wrote down or impaired 1 billion rands. The value of our investment has come down by 4 billion rands. And I guess the number that you're talking about is the overall reduction in the value. And the reduction in the value comes from a number of aspects. Firstly, ETI reported losses in their quarter 4 2015. We report a quarter in arrears because they are a listed company and we report before them. So we report 1 October to 30 September, and that loss came into Nedbank's current financial metrics. So 125 million rands relating to that, but a big chunky piece of 2.5 billion is a reduction in the value as a result of the currency movements. So we know that Naira devalued in June 2016 from an exchange rate of 199 Naira to the dollar to 280 overnight, and by the end of the year it was 315. So our share of their comprehensive income would have reduced relating to that. But the second thing is our investment is in dollars, and when you translate it to rand, we also pick up foreign currency translation reserve. I know it's a very technical, yes. But the rand in December 2015, the exchange rate was somewhere around 15.8 and currently 13.77. So as a result of the rand strengthening, so the 2.5 billion reduction in the value is as a result of the currency movements. So then the 1 billion rands that we took as an impairment is based on our computation of what we call a value in use recoverable amount in our investment, and we feel that the outlook for ETI relating specifically to Nigeria is still challenging for a short period, but we do expect it to recover over time. The good thing is that 1 billion rands did not affect our earnings, and you can reverse it over time, if the dynamics in Nigeria improve.
Okay. All right. Let's move on very quickly to the local economy. How have you fared, or how did you fare in terms of the local economy? And I also see that you managed to arrest the level of credit impairments, which had the consequence of your credit loss ratio decreasing, which is a good thing, right?
Absolutely. So we're very, very pleased with our performance in our local operations at 16%. And with all our businesses showing very strong growth. CIB, the Corporate Investment Bank, is the largest business that makes 50% of our earnings, and that grew at 15.5%, supported by different metrics. The expenses were very well under control. Their top-line growth was also very strong, and their impairments also reduced. They benefited from some of the commodity prices improving because their impairments last year were driven by that. But the combination of our old corporate and investment bank has actually helped us to grow the revenue base, where we are looking after our corporate clients a lot better. From a retail perspective, a business that we are really still focusing on for future growth. So that business grew at 11% and generating the return on investment at 19%, which is the highest that it's ever been. And we're very, very pleased with the growth. That business contributes about 40%. And our wealth business, which is also the baby in the group, but has been growing very strongly over time, and its return on equity at 35%. So I think overall, the business that we are running, growing our franchise, has actually been very satisfactory. We are very pleased with growing the number of clients. Our clients have grown by 6%, and we're now sitting at 7.4 million clients compared to 4 million clients that we had in 2010. So really, really very strong metrics in terms of supporting the sustainability of the business going forward.
Okay, we've spoken very positively about the results. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you so much for your time, Raisibe.
Thank you.
That was Raisibe Morati, pardon me. She's the CFO at Nedbank, and we now go back to studio.
Thanks.